Hello students, I hope all of you are doing well. Today we will continue our discussion in economics. I was taking a session for class 10th, so we were learning what development is. Okay, so from that point we will continue our discussion today. So today I am going to teach you two different topics. Okay, the first one, before starting my session, I hope all of you have opened your NCERT book and please turn the second page of the first chapter. Okay, so the topic for today's session is what development promises, different people, different goals. Okay, so let's understand this. In our first video also we learned that how different people have different goals or different aspirations in their lives. Okay, so today we are going to learn based on their category. There are different categories of people or persons in our society, right? We have been seeing that in and around. Some people are very rich, some people are poor. Okay, some people are like middle class family, right? And some people are extremely rich, right? This Tatas, Birlas, and so many examples which we hear. And there are some people who are extremely poor. We cannot imagine their situations, how they live in their lives. Okay, so different people of different category, they have different goals or their aims, right, or aspirations in their lives. Okay, so actually what very nicely NCERT book has illustrated or taught you all or try to present here that how we can understand these category of people and their different developmental goals. Okay, so let me start our chapter one line at a time. Let us try to imagine what development or progress is likely to mean to different persons listed in table 1.1. So I hope all of you are looking at table 1.1, in which there are two rows. One is category of persons and another row is developmental goals or aspirations. So we will try to understand what are these different categories. Like I told, some people are very rich, some people are poor, some people are middle class family. So in the same way, there are some examples which we'll try to learn, and then we'll see how different people have different goals. All right. So first one is landless rural laborers. Okay. So first, I hope all of you understand the difference between urban and rural. Okay. I hope you all understand that. So rural means those people who live in village area or countryside area. Okay, and urban is someone who stays or someone who lives in town or city areas. Okay, so landless rural laborers, those people who are working are called laborers. Okay, and those who do not have any kind of land. Okay, so what will be their goal is already given in your book. Let me just read that for you. More days of work and better wages. Local school is able to provide quality education for their children. There is no social discrimination, and they too can become leaders in their village. Okay, so these set of dreams or goals are of a rural laborer who does not have any land. Okay, so based on their situation in life, they will have a different goal. At the same time, if I give you another example, like prosperous farmers from Punjab, a farmer who is owning or who is very prosperous means who is very rich, having a wealthy life. So a farmer from Punjab who is very rich, he will have different goal. He will not have the same goal like the rural landless farmer, right? Because he has already, he is above his situation of life, right? Whatever needs are there for a person who is very poor, I'm sure all those people who are rich, they have already gone through that life, right? We see this example of great successful people. When they start their career or when they start their business, they are not that rich or they are not that prosperous in their life. They struggle through the life, they take extra pain. Okay, they are proactive, and through that process, when they work hard in their lives, they become rich, because of their success. So in the same way, a farmer who is already very poor, he cannot have the same goal which a person who is already a farmer, who is already rich, who is already living a luxurious life. Okay, So we will try to see what a prosperous farmer from Punjab will have his goal. He assured a high family income through high support prices for their crops, and through hardworking and cheap laborers. They should be able to settle their children abroad, right? So in the case of rural laborer who does not have any land, he has a goal that his children gets a school in their village to at least study, because they do not have even that provision for their life. They cannot afford to send their children in some private schools, right? So they want at least their children to be sent in some private or government schools, okay? But at the same time, someone who is already rich, like we saw the farmer from Punjab, he wants to send his children to abroad, to different countries, right? So that is the difference between this category of people in the society. So similarly, you have a task. This is a task for all of you, that I will explain you what this category of different people are, and based on this understanding you are going to fill this the blanks. All right. So farmers who depend only on rain for growing crops. Now imagine your own village children. Sometimes in the summer season there is no rain at all, and imagine a situation where there is no river nearby your land. Okay, those of you whose fathers are farmers, or those of you who are somehow connected to a farmer family, the irrigation process, or so to say, how the crops are cultivated, right? All of you must be knowing, those of you who are coming from farmer background. So it is a very much requirement. The first requirement of irrigating or cultivating crops is water, right? So if you do not have a water source near your land, first of all, if you do not have river, then you have to depend on lakes, right? Otherwise you have to have your own pump, right, for getting getting water from the earth, right? If you do not have that facility, what else you can depend on? You have to depend on rain finally, right? And if it doesn't rain also for many months, then what will be your aim? What will be your goal? Yes, so that is what you have to write there. Okay, so imagining yourself as a farmer who depends only on rain, who does not have any other facility of getting water for irrigating his land. Now what will be his goal? What will be his aspirations? Okay, so that you have to write there. Another one is a rural woman from a land owning family. Okay, now a lady, a woman who is owning a small land, but again she is from rural area. Okay, so now she is much better in condition than compared to a person who does not have any land. So what will be her goal? Okay, obviously you can think of some examples and then you can write. Urban unemployed youth is the next category, in which you have to write what can be his goal. So let me tell you, urban unemployed, someone who does not have any job, employment, right? So he is not having any job or any place to work for. So, and that too, he is an youth. Okay, maybe in 20s to 30s. So what will be his goal? Obviously the first goal which might be coming in your mind also is to get a job, right? To settle in his life, to get a car, or maybe get good smartphones. Okay, so all that might be, you have to write on your own. Okay, a boy from a rich urban family, someone who is just a small boy who is already from a rich urban family. So what might be his goal? He might be already he is for sure not living in poor condition at all, right? He is already in rich family, so all the basic facilities are already met for him, right? So what will be his goal? So that you have to think, imagine yourself, and then write. Okay, another example whose answer is already given, a girl from rich urban family. So thinking, already seeing this answer, you can conclude and write for a boy from rich urban family. And the last one is an Adivasi from Narmada Valley. Now this is very important one, an Adivasi from Narmada Valley. I'm sure in your geography or history you might have learned about Narmada Valley, right? So those people, Adivasi, are people from this valley or forests, or we call them Adivasi, right? So what might be their goal? What do they have? Which kind of aspirations do they have in their life? So that you have to think and write. Okay, so next discussion we will continue in our next video. Okay, thank you so much.